Hello everyone, hi guys, I'm going to welcome back to my video session. So in today's session, I will show you completely everything about on Mame. So this is streaming through the Nintendo Wiiu. What you can see on the screen is a Nintendo Wiiu screen. Now you need to understand, if we look at one of the best version, if we look at one of the old version, was Mame 2003 Plus, and that version is pretty good. But now, if we want to download something like that, it will be called Mame 2003 Plus, but they have a version to it, yeah? Because you can't just write, download Mame 2003, something like ROMs, because you wouldn't know what versions they are, yeah? Because each year has different versions when they release them. I'll show you what I mean. Take a look at this one. This is Mame 2003, yeah, releases. Now there's been quite a few releases, yeah. They started from, okay, look how many they are, flipping heck. Quite a lot. They started from 063 and they kept on going up and up using the latest information, yeah. This text file gives you everything that you need to know what's new in these newer versions, yeah. Now the one, so it keeps on going up, and right at the top will be the latest one, and it will be the 078, and that's the one that is on the internet, doesn't it? So for each one there is a ROM set, okay? But looking at this, you can use all the 2003 ROM set, all this, because it's in the same year. It doesn't matter about that, okay? You need to keep on listening to it because it does get frustrating and confusing. Now if this version is working, yeah, for 2003, and we can use all of these ROM sets, so you only need to download the 2003 ROMs. That's all you do, and you can use in any of these versions, anyone. It will work in all of these versions. I'm talking about 2003, the one you can see on the screen right now, yeah. So the 2003 ROM set will work for all the 2003 versions, okay? But when we look at another version that the Wii U owns, was a Mame 2009. So let's go up. So how many years is that going up? Now, yeah, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, this one comes, Mame 2009. Now, this is gonna be a problem, because you know the Mame 2003 ROM sets, they will not work in 2009. Did you see what just happened now? Now, this is the biggest confusion in Mame program, that emulator, what you can call it. You're not going to be able to use them. But why is that? Because each time their ROM sets are changing. They do not stay the same. It just works like that. I mean, if we look at Mame 2009, yeah, how previous version, can you go back? Can you go back and use any of the ROM sets from the previous ones? For my gathering and information that I know of, yeah, if you got Mame 2009, you can at least go 3 years back. So that means 2008, 2007, 2006. You can use at least from 2006 ROM sets in 2009. Now, consider this. If you have problems with 2006, it's between 1 to 3 years previous years, okay? The maximum will be about 3 years. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, okay? That happens. So if the 2006 one doesn't work, you can always try the 2007 and 2008 version ROM sets. They should work in this, yeah? Now, you know the games that I was showing you on Mame 2009? Were they really from 2009 version what I was using? No, they weren't. You can't even find 2009 versions. I was lucky that I found some. Yeah, I was a bit frustrated that I couldn't get the 2009 version ROM sets. So what I did here, I gave it a go. Because I thought that you can use just the previous version ROM sets in 2009. No, that's not true. So what I did was I used the 2010 ones. Yeah. It's the same thing here as well. If we go from 2009 and we go further years, we can go another 3 years. That will be 2010, 2011 and 2012. It should go up to around about 2012. Okay? Now, I need to say something really important. When I go that you can, I think no one's actually specified this point. Even if you go from 2006, now 2006 is quite old, isn't it? And the games that are compatible in 2006, that's the only ROM sets that you can actually play in this. Because 2009 is newer, isn't it? So 2006 is going to have less games and 2009 is going to have more games in there added. Okay? It definitely did, because 2009 was a definite version of Mame. And because of less games, whatever 2009 can play, you probably wouldn't even get that. You wouldn't even get them in the 2006 ROM set. They won't be in there because it's an older version. So the games that are more in 2009, how can you get them? You can by using 2010 and 11 and 12. Yeah. If we look at the difference from 2009, 10, 11, 12, there aren't much difference. No. 2009 is one of the best versions from these years. So what years are we looking at? 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. There aren't any huge leap and much extra games that are even worth playing up to even Mame 2012, yeah? So there aren't that many good games anyway. So, I mean, sometimes what can happen here, if we talk about 2010, 11, 12, and if a game in 2010, and you put that ROM set in 2009 and it doesn't work, it could be that that game is not even compatible in 2009. It could be that as well. If you do have that, if you do run into that problem. Okay? I don't think you're going to get a problem like that, because considering all of these versions, if I'm wrong on this, you can correct me. You can send me comments if you want. From 2009 onwards, from 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, I think there aren't any difference. I mean, the games that I want to play, the games I actually like, because I like more like modernized games, innit? In 2D and 3D games, and there aren't that many good games. You probably have to go beyond that, like 2016, 17, 18. You have to go around about them kind of years to get more extra games. You probably have to go over Mame 2018 plus to get more stunning games, really. Yeah, maybe even a Mame 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. You probably have to go around about that to get more new games that are worth playing. But from 2009 to 2015, I don't think you're going to see any difference, really. Because I've used all of these main programs, Romsets, there's nothing in them, there's nothing in there. So the big thing about having a version, you do not need to have the same year Romset. Yeah, you don't need to have that. You can have previous 3 years, or you can have the next 3 years. Yeah, 1 to 3 years. Yeah, we can say. So choose from between 1 to 3 years from previous to the next, and you'll be good to go. Yeah. So it does work like that. It's excellent. Okay. So I think that's one of the things you need to understand. Now, some of the games in Mame you're gonna play, they probably wouldn't work. The reason for that could be one of the things. Okay, sometimes they be missing files. Missing files are because you've got the wrong ROM set. That's why you're gonna have missing files. But if you can see a specific one, you could say a BIOS. So you need a BIOS file in as well. Yeah, I would always put a BIOS file, right? So you know the ROMs folder. I'm going to show you all that. Yeah, the ROMs folder should have the Neo Geo BIOS in there to run Neo Geo games. And there's some Sega one which is called a Naomi BIOS as well. Okay, there could be other BIOSes as well. It depends what game you put in there. You will need to have that kind of BIOS in there. Majority of arcade games do not require any BIOS, but some of the games like from Sega and SNK, they require BIOS files. Alright, so I'll show you one of them, what I've got here. This is the Neo Geo Uni BIOS version 4.0 for Mame. Yeah, this is the one you need. Okay, and I will show you that in more detail. See, Neo Geo Uni BIOS version 4.0 Mame. And here you go to show all. And here you go to Neo Geo. That's it. And you just select the one that says Mame 025 something 1B. It's the latest one. You should go for that one, yeah. Okay, and just download that and you put that into your ROMs folder. I'll go more into that detail a bit later on, okay? Now here, if you want some Mame cheats, I want to Pugsy's cheats. You go to this thing called Mame cheat files. Now again with this one as well. Okay. Okay. So if we look at the latest one, this one's got is 0.264. Okay. Now let's go back here again. And here you got Mame 2025 as the latest version, haven't you? There it is. Now in this version, when we look properly, it's higher, isn't it? Look, this one is 0.277. Okay, but on the boxy cheats, you've got the latest one is Mame 0.264, release date 3rd April 2024, and it's the last year one. They haven't released one for 2025. And that new one is 0.277. Can you use this? Yes, you can use it. Of course you can use it. Now the problem with this is going to be, obviously this is a 0.264 and it's on 3rd April 2024. So all the cheats updated to this date, you'll be able to use them. Anything after this date, you will not able to use the cheats. Because if they haven't added some cheats in there for May 2024, oh, this is 2024, this is all up to 2024. These are the only cheats you're going to get up to 2024, yeah? They will need to release more cheat files to get more cheats, yeah? For up to this date, to 3rd April 2024, you will get quite a lot of cheats. But if the date's more further than this, and some games don't have the cheats, you see. We'll try to show you that if I can. Okay. The MAME 2003 is going to be fine, because your issue is only going to be MAME 2025. Your issue is going to come with that and no other version, okay? So that's what it is, okay? Now this is the MAME 2003 plus reference set. Now these are the ROM files you actually need, okay? I'll show you that, what they look like when you actually download them. And here you click on thing called ROMs. There it is. There's a merged and non-merged ROM sets. Merged one sometimes will work, sometimes won't work. Merge actually means it doesn't have all the files you require to run that ROM. Non-merged means it has every single file that you need to run this ROM. Okay? Now, look at these, yeah? These games, you can see them. It's a bit tiny. It's a bit small. Okay. Take a look at that. These are the ROM files. There's many games in MAME 2003 plus. Take a look at these games. Take a look. At the top, I think it's a CHT files on this. They've done that. All of them. These are all CHT. Now it starts. Look. Once it starts from the numbers, that's where the ROMs start. Look. Because it doesn't say zip on them at the top. There's CST files that you need some of these ROMs to work. There they are, yeah? It says zip now. And the ROMs have started now. Now, you won't be able to run every single ROM from here. I don't think so. They just put them in there and they just do it every time. So there's quite a lot of ROMs here. Look. Take a look. Okay. The list is huge, man. Look. Look at that. It's a huge list. Now it's going to be, look. And it carries on. So I'm going to show you Daylight Plus if it's actually in there. Look. Now watch this. So this is a 2003 version, isn't it? Now when you look at this old version, yeah? Okay, let's take a look at this carefully. Look at this Romset, yeah? Now go to the DO. We need to go further down, yeah? Now you need to go further, What a flipping joke. See what they've done? Look. They've added Daylight Plus on there. That game doesn't even work on the simulator. So why would they want to do that? So you know what's the reason behind that? When you got a game like Daylight Plus not working in Mame 2003 Plus, that game will be going to the next version, yeah? Like 2004, 2005. So they're gonna try and get this working in the new versions of Mame, yeah? So they've added that game already on this list, which is quite impressive to me, yeah? Because I mean this game is older than 2003, and that's why it's added in there. They thought they can get it running, no, but it doesn't work, yeah? So this is the whole process of Mame, how it works. Now I'll show you some video gameplay action. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let's leave it there, yeah. Right. Now going into RetroArch. Now I'm gonna show you in actual video, yeah, so you know understand a bit more, because that was a bit of a speech. Okay, it doesn't work on this card, yeah. Oh, blimey. Okay, let me change the card, yeah. Yeah, the balls are missing on these red files, that's why. That's why it didn't work. You need to reinstall that. Red files in there again, I think. Hold on. Maybe we stop that one again, yeah? Because it's streaming on the sky. What are you, Laura? Okay, anyway. Back in action. Right. There you go. I'm going to show you everything about the ROMs, BIOS, cheats in action now. Okay, there it is. Arcade Mame 2003 Plus. You need to look into this, yeah? Once you load the code into Mame 2003 Plus, you go to load content here, and when you load content, wherever you stored your ROMs, wherever, mine are stored into my SD card. Okay, and then what I've done here on my SD card, I made another folder called Emulators, and then in Emulators I made another folder called Mame 2003 Plus. There you go. That's how you do it. Don't get confused here. These cheats, Killing Instinct 2, it's got nothing to do to make this work. I don't know, I just put them there. Just ignore all these three things. It doesn't work like that. Okay? Okay. First of all, we're gonna talk. Okay, these are the ROMs, yeah? They need to be in zipped format. You do not extract these files. You just download any of these games. Okay? You see games like Afterburner 2, especially these two games, they do not require any BIOS files. They just run straight away. Look, I'll just put this one, for example, look, Afterburner 2, look at this. Now this one doesn't require any BIOS. Yes, so what happens here, once you click on that, you have to go to your core again. And your core has to be the Mame 2003 Plus. You just select that again. And then it works like that. The RetroArch one works like that on the Wii U. Okay? See that? It just works with the BIOS, look. Just put the ROM, you will go which ROM requires it. See that? That game works like that. Now when you close the content, it's already still recognizing Mame 2003 Plus unless you change it on load core. So all you just do straight away, you just go to load content. You keep on doing that, look. It's good. Just follow this same footsteps. Look. Takes you back on there. Now, you know, these games, Aero Fighters, Alpha Mission 2, Android Dunas, Alpha 2, 3, okay, about these games, yeah? These are SNK Neo Geo games. Now for these, you will need this, I'll show you. It's amazing though. I didn't even put it in there, look. And it still works. But don't copy me anyway. You know what, in here, you have to put a Neo Geo zip file in here. Okay, in the ROMs folder. I didn't even put it in there, you know, and it still flipping work. Let's see that. Without the Neo Geo zip, can you use this? Let me see. Watch this. Because I'm telling you, this is the ROMs folder, by the way. You have to put the Neo Geo zip in there. I haven't even placed it in there, you know. Look at this. Let's see if it works without it. What the heck? It actually worked without the Neo Geo zip. Maybe Mame 2003 Plus is okay with it. Ninja. Look, it works without it. This game is quite hard to remember, even I don't know how much I've practiced. Nobody shows you games up. You know, they talk about Mame and they don't show you nothing there. I tell you what it is. Whoa, look at the eagles. Incredible. Come on. That doesn't give you very long, does it? Wondrous. I got 4. Okay, so there you go, yeah. Works without the new geo zip, man. Don't worry, I would advise you to put the new geo zip in there, okay? I would advise you to do that. Okay, now into the cheats thing now. Now, when you go into the load content, look, I placed the cheats folder, look. See that? Here you can see it says cheat 081.zip. I'll put that version in there. And I cut that from Foxy cheats as well. I kept it safe in there, that's what it is. But if you just leave it in there, it won't work. It doesn't work like that. Okay, it won't work like that. I will show you that as well. How you do it. First of all, I'll show you the actual cheat, how it works. And then the donors. As I can remember the button. I think you pressed left shoulder on it. Yeah, you know what you do? You know the left analog, you click it in. I'll show you, look what I did. It's on the gamepad as well. Look at that. Awesome. You know that analog? You press it in, you go tick tick, makes that click sound, doesn't it? You press it in and you get this menu. And now if you look down here, look, it's got under game history, look, it's got cheats. Yeah? Let's see how you activate it. No, what are you doing? Oh no, that's wrong. Yeah. I pressed A button on the Wii U gamepad, okay? And then you go to enable. There you go. Where it says enable, you go on there. Here you got all these cheats. Look, you got infinity. It's got infinity energy in there, isn't it? Really, isn't it? It's disappointing. You got infinity continues, and you can even do max power. Look on. That's it. That's for player 2, isn't it? Anything else? That's here. You even got a hold on. These are other cheat menus, isn't it? And then you go. You press A again, I think. Yeah. And here you even got this thing called dip switches. Look. If you want to use that. See? You got any of these here? And then you just press the A button again. And now you press the coin. The coin button is a minus button on the gamepad. And the plus one's to start. No, just start with that. You press the B button on the Wii gamepad. Look. Watch this. See that? It's got the maximum power, look. It's not infinity still, but you have to keep on playing it on, look. But it helps, makes it get easier, look. You kill the guys easier, look. You can still die in it. So you can kill them quickly, look. The key to me, that's why. Make sure you don't touch that ground or you're dying. Looks amazing, isn't it? Maximum power, boy. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I got caught. You're still gonna get the maximum power, don't worry, look. There are cheats on. If you keep on dying, just... The infinity continues, yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you die, look. I'm just showing that on purpose. See that? It's amazing. You won't lose the power. Again, it's hard. Still, because... Oh, you can even use it, look at that! That gets hard. It's infinity, yeah? It's not infinity, it's just a infinity, look. There's no point of these anymore, look. You won't die, look, it doesn't go down. Awesome, look at that. Oh, here we go. You kill this guy easy, look at this. Go on, you idiot. That's so easy, look, it's maximum power, you see. So there you go. That's how you activate the cheat. Wow. So I think I actually showed you quite a lot here. And I'm going to show you something I've changed. I'm going to change the corner for a bit. If you look here, Mame 2009, let's take a look at this one. You're going to find a problem in this one. Take a look at this. I think definitely you need a new zip in this version. I don't think it's going to work without that. I was quite surprised it actually worked without it. That was crazy. Okay, this is Mame 2009. Now let's take a look if the new zip is in this one. Same process, going to the same folders like that, and then this time you got Mame 2009 folder. Okay, we got cheese folders. Okay, but let's see if we got the new zip in there. What the heck have I done? It's not even in this, look! You know what, it's just working without it. I don't know how he's doing that. It's actually working. If you don't believe me, just put this ROM and just play straight away. Crazy that, isn't it? Unbelievable. Now, you know the problem I saw in this emulator. Okay, I've got a cheats folder here, yeah? Look. Okay, yeah. Cheat 0132. Okay, let's do Mars Matrix. Wrong core. So it goes back to the core. He wants you to select it. So you select this one, yeah? They need to work on the main new version of 2009, 2010. You know what the problem is? It's not working with the next ROM. I will show you that problem as well with main 2009. What happens? It happens with 2009 and it will happen with 2010. Did you guys know you can get main 2010 on this? Okay, I probably will show you the difference between 2009 and 2010, what actually happens. Here you go. Let's press that click button on the left analog. There you go. That looks like the deep switch thing, isn't it? So just look at that. Look at that. That's not the cheats. And you can do all that difficulty stuff. Look, that's a deep switch. It's excellent. There it is. Now, if you look at this, look. Under video option, there's supposed to be a cheat menu. It's not in there. Look. Look. It's not working. Crazy, isn't it? The only thing that I've noticed you can just do is just the deep switch thing in there. So we need to work on that. What is going on? It's going when the bank station is online. Oh. How was it? That must be a shield in it. Yeah. It just protects you for a minute. You get protected for a minute. Ah, it's a shield, isn't it? Ah, you gotta go. Oh, actually shoot him, does it? Oi! Oh, it does get him, doesn't it? Oh, it's wicked, isn't it? Oh, it actually shoots him, that's what he does. That part's hard, eh? Would be awesome shit, man. There you go, check it out. Pretty awesome, huh? Okay, now I'm gonna show you where the actually cheats go, yeah? See, that happens. You see, when it says no items, yeah? Now, look at this problem. Now, even if I press B button, now I'll go back to load content, then I'll go back to this STM, all this. Let's go back to this main 2009 ROMs. Now we're not going to select here yet any ROM, yeah? We like something very well. Load code. What happened? That happens. See that? What happens? It gets totally messed up. Let's try to hold the home button and exit it. Look at that. What is done? Nothing. No action. So you have to switch it off. Nothing happens for me though. Look at that. I'm nearly dead. Weird program, isn't it? What is this done? Oh man. Strange thing. Okay, what we'll do now, yeah? I'm gonna actually change the. I need to add another screen in there, yeah? By adding this next screen, Okay, guys, come back. So basically, you don't need to do all that. Right. So you can't select the next ROM in May 2009, as I said. So that's a big problem, yeah. Okay. Anyway, now I'm going to show you where the actual cheats will go, yeah. Just hold on. Just made a mistake. Sometimes forget when to do it. Okay, let me close it again because the streaming's into the card, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we can change the card. Okay. Sorry about that. Time wait. Right, now the time has come where this actually file goes. You need to understand that. So I'm going to do the streaming on the Wii U now again. And I'm going to show you on your desktop where it will go. Before going into that, what I'm trying to show you, you need to do something else before that. So this one will be for if you're using the desktop and it's streaming to the Wii U. This will be for that only, yeah. I'll just hold on. Stream is best of all time. Let's go to one here. Okay. First, the whatever version you're looking for. So if you're doing Mame 2025, you need to go to Proxy Cheats, and the latest version we got in here is this one. You just click on that and that file will be downloaded. And once it's downloaded, you extract the file and you'll get a cheat zip file. Okay, I'll show you as well. So you go into this PC. Okay. Then you go to local disk C, and wherever your RetroArch is installed on your desktop, doesn't matter that one. If it's installed on your desktop, you should see this RetroArch Win64. Double click on that. That's it. Here you will make a folder called Sheets. Double click on that. Oh no, sorry, no, that's not right. You don't do that. You'll go down with it. You go into System, and here in your system a BIOS file will go in there. Okay, so in your system folder a BIOS file will go in there. Okay, BIOS files go in there. Yeah, okay. I think only on that, in this thing, only a BIOS file goes in there. Yeah, okay. So wherever your ROMs are, you need to locate that, not this. So mine's on external hard drive. Okay. 2025. Yeah. So on the Mame 2025 folder, you know where your Mame exe is, yeah? Is that one, yeah? There you go, yeah. Wherever your main.exe file is, in here, what you need to do, you need to place the cheat zip file here. See, there it is. You just place it there. That's how you do it. Okay? Once you got the right one in there, okay, which I told you, I'm using Mame 2025, and it's let's get this right, 0277 of the Mame latest version. So the latest version on Proxy Cheats is 0264. And that's it. You just place that cheat folder in here, and once you start it, look what happens now. Let's start the program now here. Now if you look at here properly, look. I missed one point here. I make mistakes every time. You see, look. Can you see Naomi BIOS, Neo Geo BIOS? I've actually put a BIOS in there. I'll show you where that goes. Let's just look into this cheats thing first, yeah? So let's go for Derelive++. Now, before we play Derelive++, now look at this. If I play Derelive, yeah, watch this. So what I'm gonna, wherever you can, where you press the tab button, yeah. I configured it to the L shoulder button on the Wii U, so it comes up like that, just like that. And look at that. Look, cheats option. Now in this game, look, you can enable cheats. Look, Infinity Energy. Look, you can do that. Okay. So I'm going to exit this. I use that left click again on it and it just exits because I configured it with the Wii U gamepad. I don't need to use a keyboard, nothing like that. Now if I go to Derelive 2, just to show you what kind of problems you can have. This is the game I remember that had problems. This is Naomi, innit? Now look at this. We go to cheat options. There aren't any. Look. What? They are. I don't know which game didn't have cheats then. Oh, that's confusing, isn't it? Okay. So this one's got them as well. Let's exit that. Okay. We need to try a different one then, yeah? Let's try fighting vipers. Let's see. There are no cheats for this game, as it didn't work last time. So you know what happened? No, ignore all that rubbish. The reason the cheat's not in there, because the cheat zip file I put in there is the one from 2024, and this game requires the further date cheat zip file, and that's why it's not in there. And you see what happens? You'll get this message in there because that zip file I put in there, it doesn't actually have it in there. That's what it is. So whatever, like the zip file I've ever put in there, now like if I put that like plus, this is the one the best one works on really. Now take a look at this one. If I do go on cheat option this, look, it's got every single cheat because this game is quite old. Look, it says Tecmo Limited 1996 to 1998. So the first time this game ever appeared was in 1996, but this game is released in 1998, and this game has never ever came on any system. You see. So look, if we do everything here, look. Infinity Time on Infinity Energy, and just take a look at this. Now when I play this game, the riders in the roller. Now watch this. Now this cheat will actually work in there. Look, watch. Look, you can punch as much as you want. 3 bounce. Look. Look, goes back. You idiot. I don't even know. I'm invincible. See, there you go. That's awesome. That's how that works, yeah. So this is the one like on the PC version. Now I'm going to show you the actual BIOS. Because it was showing up in here in the ROMs, wasn't it? So wherever your ROMs are, you go into your ROMs folder and Neo Geo will come at the end. They're both at the end, Naomi, Neo Geo, aren't they? Look. Keep going down. Look. See, I've got in there. In the ROMs folder, I've got Naomi and Neo Geo. You know what I didn't have the Neo Geo zip in there? The Neo Geo games wouldn't work on the Mame 2025. They wouldn't work on this one. They worked in Mame 2003, it was a Mame 2009. But they didn't work on this. As I already made a video, Mame 2025 is not the best version because the new games that were added in there, they don't even work properly in this. They're very slow on it. It's not that worth it. But it's a good showcase to see what new games are adding in there. So look, Naomi and Neo Geo's in there, yeah? There you go! And that's wherever your exe file is, that's where your sheet folder goes in there. There it is. See that? That's where it goes. Okay. Now this is going to be awkward because I have to put it into the computer to show the next stuff. Okay, let me see if I got that in the hard drive. So let's show you the hard drive straight away. Right. Because they're not in there, are they? Look. So 2010, 2050, 2025. Oh, damn. Hold on, these are the PC. Hold on, wait, if I go up here. Well, the Nintendo Wiiu folder that I got in here. That's the one. No, it's not in there. You damn fool. I got tricked. Nintendo GameCube games. Yeah, right. There you go. Maybe it's not Nintendo GameCube. They're still making a Nintendo GameCube game. Not reason to switch to again. Right. Anyway, so what I need to do now, I need to remove. I need to move the SD card. And place the SD card into a desktop computer. Okay, this will be the last info I'm going to give you, so I'm going to just show you that finally. Let me just switch this off here. Okay, let's switch that off. I have to do lots of running around doing this. Now I have to go somewhere else to get that working. Okay, so I need to go somewhere else because my desktop's not in the same room. Okay, I'll be back. I'm going to connect the SD card. Okay, I'll be back. So I'm going to place these files onto a desktop computer. But I'm going to show you on the screen, the streaming here. Yeah. So let us leave you on blank screen. I'll be back. But just hold on. I think I've got the wrong SD card. Okay. Back. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry for the long wait. Yeah, just hold on. Got all this cost changing around all that. Okay. Right. Now, so what I've done, I've actually placed that folder onto a desktop. I just wanted to show it to you, and that's all it is really. Right. Here we go. So the final stage. I'm trying to give you much information I can about this. Right. So this retrouch folder normally be in the root of the SD card. Okay. So I just placed that on the desktop to show you. So this is for the Nintendo Wii U. Okay. So if I double click on this, it'll be the same thing if you use on the router SD card. This folder be in the router SD card. Okay. Remember that. Right here, what you do, you go to cores. You go to system. This is it. The one we require is Mame 2003 plus. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. These are the files you need: cheat.dat and cheat.rzip. That's it. You just place them here and you should be able to see them, okay? Into the Mame 2003 plus, okay? These are the two files you need in here. And here, what you do here on Mame 2009 is a bit different. You just put this cheat thing in there, the zipped folder. Yeah, I think the 2003 one is different, but this one is just using like a PC. Look, see, it's a zipped folder from Mame 2009. You just go straight away in there. And this one is like, this one's a DAT file, this one's a zip folder. They look different, eh? Yeah, look, because one's a DAT, one's a rzip, you see. That's how it works. You need these files to make it work, and that is all. Once you got all that, these cheat files will be shown for you. Also, I'll explain this as well. In the core system folder, you place your BIOS files as well. I'll show you all of them. This is new CD. You make a new CD folder. Just like that, small letters. And you just put your new CD bars in there. You just put that zipped file in there, a new CD. And that is all. The next one is for 32X, which are these 3 balls. Then bin, you just place them here. Okay. And these are BIOS CDs. Must be a Sega Mega CD. Look, English, Japanese, US. They go in there. These ones. No, these ones must be also for I don't get it, they buy a CD there, anyway. You probably need these 2 as well. Then it goes Mega CD down here. Bit confused by that one. Why is that BIOS CD doing up there? 3 versions here. And then down. Then the European Japanese are at the bottom. Okay, strange. Then this is a Lynx boot. That's Lynx BIOS. That's a Neo Geo. Neo Geo Zip. That must be the one for talking about for Mame. This one's from the SCPH one is for Sony PlayStation. And this one, Syscard 3, is for PC Engine. I don't really use that anyway. I think I placed 2 in there. Neo Geo and BIOS 4.0. This Neo Geo one is, you can't change any settings in there. If you use this for FB Neo, this one, you can do all sorts of different things and you get all these features for it, yeah? Yeah, I'm sure these are for Sega Mega CD, yeah? I don't know this CD one. No, I can't remember what that was for. This one, the MCD, these are Mega CD. Look, EU, Japanese. Then at the bottom, we've got the US one on. Yeah, that's Sega Mega CD. I don't know what's this CD one for. I just don't remember that. Anyway, so that's all of them. Amazing stuff, isn't it? This is the whole setting for Mame, yeah? And I hope you guys enjoyed what you're seeing today. And you liked what you're seeing today, and you got depth and knowledge on this whole Mame program. Give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.